impact, with complex products, and where decisions are very often price-driven. So it's not really the place where you would expect to find best practices in sustainability or responsibility. And nevertheless, when our friends of Sustain Worldwide asked us to take an active part into this seminar, we thought we had a piece of experience we could share with you. In fact, as Climaveneta, we found a way to embed sustainability and responsibility in our business model, turning it into a driver for our business success. This presentation will be about this. In the first part, I will outline the rationale of what we do, and then we will see a practical case in order to make it a bit more interesting for you. But perhaps before starting the real part, it will be worth to spend a word about who we are, for those that don't know us yet. So we are an Italian-based HVAC manufacturer with about 240 million turnover. We are actually the largest European manufacturer, among the largest in the world. Behind me you see a brief overview of our major markets. And in order to avoid to spend 10 minutes telling you how we conceive sustainability without making clear what we actually do, it would be probably useful to explain what air conditioning and heating are. But as on the other hand, I don't want to be boring and telling you a lot of technical things. I think the best thing is to see what we really do is to watch together this clip and then go to the topic of the presentation, if it works. I don't usually use a Mac. So okay, in any case, that was to show that actually almost every kind of building, even the building that we know best, usually need an air conditioning and heating system, and that is what we do. Now I think we can go on with the topic of the presentation. So what does responsibility means to Climaveneta? We think the shared value theory approach is the best for us. So for Climaveneta, to be responsible means to provide advanced HVAC solutions that ensure our business growth and at the same time create value for our stakeholders and for society. But what does it mean practically? Well, following the model of Kramer's and Porter's model, this means to be able to prioritize social issues in order to identify those social issues that are most relevant for society and at the same time most impact the business. And among them, those where we can really make the difference. Now, if we look at the HVAC industry, we find out an interesting fact that probably is no news for most of you. In an average commercial building, HVAC represents about half of the total energy consumption. And building, as we all know, represent 40% of total EU energy consumption. That is to say that energy efficiency of installed systems in our sector is the crucial aspect for environmental respect. And that any improvement in this respect in energy efficiency directly influences the sustainability of buildings and in general the whole built environment. Therefore, you are not going to be surprised to find out that the issue in order the priority in our sector is sustainability. Addressing sustainability, we can contribute directly to make the green environment greener. We can deliver value to our shareholders. Don't forget that this increase in energy efficiency means cost saving for the stakeholders of the value chain. And we can, of course, establish our leadership in the sector. And designing, as this as sustainability of installed products means to be able to design more efficient products, this is also the issue where we can apply at best our specific know-how. Therefore, for Climaveneta, to be responsible means to be sustainable. Now, to get even closer to this sustainability issue, in order to describe what we do and then complete the part and go to the practical case, I think this 5-step process can be useful. Usually, it is again a theory appeared a few years ago in HVAC. Usually companies go in the sustainability journey are thought to start from seeing compliance as an opportunity, then getting committed to influence the value chain, then focusing on designing sustainable products and services, then changing the business processes in order to enhance the potential of these sustainable products and services, and finally approaching next practice platforms. Because of the situation we saw before, if we look at how Climaveneta approached this journey, we see that the first 2 steps are actually ancillary. This is due also to the fact that we enjoy a favorable context in this respect. As concerns compliance, our operations by themselves are based on assembly and therefore are relatively clean. Labor force need to be pretty highly skilled, and this prevents by itself a number of problems and bad practices in this respect. And having started and having our operations still centered in Italy and in Europe, we are used to cope with very strong regulations. We replicate our approach when we go abroad, so in that respect is not really a big issue, especially if you compare with what is going to build the core of our strategy. As concerns the possibility to influence the value chain, here the situation is a bit different. When you manufacture premium products, you have to choose premium suppliers, and many of them are large corporations that do not only supply HVAC but also refrigeration and other industries. So on one hand we have little power to influence them, and on the other they are very often large European or American corporations with their own policies about responsibility and sustainability. And so we can have a look at the core of our commitment, which is designing sustainable products and services and changing the way we do business. This is, of course, this means practically, of course, to be able to deliver leading-edge technologies that ensure higher efficiency than competitors, but it is much more than that. Because in order to be able to transfer the advantages of an high-efficiency product in the building and to make it really contribute to make the building different, we need to change the way we work. We need to become from being suppliers that are specified in order to provide a specific machine to become specialized partners of a real estate development. This means to be able to identify with our products and with our services solutions that interprets the long-term interest of all the stakeholders. That means to be able to support the designers, the most demanding designers in the most challenging projects with custom-made solutions that really change the way things are done. And it means to invest time and resources in order to widespread best practices and suggest solutions in order to make the achievements we do in leading-edge projects available to the widest possible audience. I think this is enough as concerns words and theory. It's time to go to the practical case, which is going to be focused on how we promote sustainable and responsible comfort solution in Milan. I don't know if perhaps given the